Greetings and welcome back to another episode of Tough Toy Tryouts. This week we're trying out a rather peculiar item called Fresh and Floss by Booda. It's a cotton rope toy infused with baking soda and has a spearmint flavor as well. It comes in several sizes, this one being extra large with 3 knots, and Booda says the cotton fibers will act as dental floss for your dog. As before, we'll test the toy out for a week and see how it holds up and whether or not it follows through with all it claims. The company says that the toy cleans teeth, freshens breath, and even fights plaque and tartar. We'll see how that does throughout the week, but I can tell you right away that the scent is surprisingly pleasant, especially when Story gets it all slobbery. As you can tell, when your dog's pulling at the fibers, they're flossing those pearly whites, and as they're sawing away with their back teeth, they're flossing those too. My God, the stuff that comes out of there, you won't believe it.
Oh, gross.
On a serious note, I would limit playtime with this toy to about 30 minutes a day. On the first day of the tryout, I let Story have a go for a couple of hours, and by the end of it, there were specks of blood in a few places. That said, I did notice less tartar on her teeth while checking for bloody gums, so the flossing part holds up. As for the fresh breath, well, let's just say the fish from Captain D's I left in my car one afternoon smelled better. Now let's jump ahead to the end of the week and see how the toy did. And to make things more clear, I'll break my assessment up into 4 parts, those being safety, design, longevity, and price point. And then I'll give it an overall rating. Let's start with safety. As mentioned before, the toy can cause some minor bleeding to your dog's gums. The only real way around this is to monitor your dog's play closely, and stop them if they're pulling too much on small clumps of strands. That or you can simply limit their playtime with the toy to around 30 minutes at a time. There's no real choking hazards or parts that could injure your dog internally, so overall, I give it a 3 for safety. As for design, well, it's not your average rope toy. Infusing a toy with baking soda, giving it a spearmint flavor, and advertising it as doggy floss is pretty gimmicky. The baking soda doesn't do much for your dog's breath, but it does keep the toy from smelling too badly. The cotton strands do floss your dog's teeth, but it also sheds all over the place. Seriously, there's a trail of string all over the house. It took a couple passes with the vacuum and broom to get it all up. I'm pretty sure there's still enough of it under the couch to knit a child's scarf. It also doesn't have squeakers, so you may notice less interest from your dog unless you play a bit of tug-of-war now and again. For these reasons, I'll give it 2 out of 5 for design. And here's the toy after about 12 hours of heavy use spread throughout the week. It's definitely frayed, but the knots are all intact and the toy is still in one piece, more or less. I'd guess that the toy would probably last the month, but with all the shedding, I'd rather not find out. All said, I'll slap a big old 4 on this one for longevity. And last up is the price point. Coming in at $10.99 for this extra large size, it's a pretty expensive length of rope. Granted, it is infused with baking soda and is flavored. I still feel it's a few bucks overpriced for what it is, so it gets a 2 out of 5. Now let me just plug these numbers into my patented algorithm, carry the 1, round up for future sponsors, and BAM! This toy receives a totally respectable 3 out of 5 bones. Let's face it, it's just a rope toy. The baking soda and the spearmint flavor, it's just a gimmick. It can definitely help floss your dog's teeth, but any rope toy can do that. As a rope toy, it sheds like crazy, but it does hold up. But the safety concerns keep me from recommending it. At least you still have that scarf. And that's where we end this week's tryout. Be sure to slap that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and feel free to leave a comment with a dog toy you'd like to see Story try out in a future episode. See you next week, and thanks for watching.